Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yes. We're here. I am live. At least StreamYard is telling me that I'm live. But I'm just waiting for YouTube to let you know that I'm live. And then we can begin with the festivities of the evening. I think we got a bunch of people out there. I will get to y'all in a moment. But yes, there it is. The notification has gone out. And now all of Vibe Nation should know that we are live. Oh, yes. Yes, El Jefe, we are a little bit early, but your boy got to get the intro done, got to get the roll call done, and I got to do that all before 6:30. So, yeah, your boy got to go. Your boy got to go. So, that's what we're doing. So, sit back, relax, strap your seatbelts in because you know what's about to happen next out here, and we are getting it done. Right, the notification squad is in the building. I appreciate you all. That's what I'm talking about, but that's what I'm talking about. Yes. Give y'all a couple of more minutes to file in before I begin the festivities. Obviously, we got a guest coming here shortly, so I got to get these intros and roll call done. Hopefully, you all are having a fantastic Friday evening. I got a feeling this one's going to be a little bit more lit than my past live streams because I got some stuff to address tonight. I got to address some stuff tonight. I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, baby. Yes. Your boy Viper has some stuff to talk about. Yeah, it's going down. That's right. You never know, man. That's why when you get that notification, you know, that you got to be on point. You never know when your boy Viper about to go live. Sometimes I got to go early like tonight. So, you know, you got to be in the building, man. You got to be in the building. But yeah. All right. Enough people should have got the notification by now. I mean, you know, they know what time it is. They know how we do things out here. But I just realized I do not have my watch on, so this is not working well when you don't have a watch on. But we are going to we're going to get it popping here. Let me I need to send a tweet out real quick. All right. And all right. So current time 6:17 p.m. Central Standard Time, which means you are in the right place. You are on the right YouTube channel, baby. Yes. And since this channel has had a lot of new members over the past month, some of you might not be familiar with what's about to happen next. But don't worry, if you're not familiar, if you're a newbie around here, I'm going to break it down real quick here. So, for those of y'all that are new here, which is a lot of you all, this is the part of the live stream where I'm going to need you to turn your volume down. Because if you don't turn your volume down, I cannot be held liable for what your neighbors think about you listening to some loud dude on YouTube. Oh, yes, that's on you, not on me. That is on you, not on me. Yes. Woo! Now that we got that disclaimer out of the way, let's get into the most electrifying live stream introduction in YouTube live streaming today. Your boy got to go to work. We got things to do. I got people to call out. It's going to be a fun Friday night. I can't wait. This is going to be epic. Let's go to work. Woo! All right. You know, this is my favorite part of the live stream because I normally don't know what's about to happen now, but I have an idea what's going to happen tonight. I have a little bit of an idea. It's going to be a Viper rant. Like, it's going to be an old-time Viper rant, but you know, that's coming later. That's not now, but it's going to be fun. This is going to be fun. So strap your seatbelt in, get your popcorn, and let's get ready to rock and roll because y'all know what's coming, baby. Let's go to work. Woo! Woo! Yeah, baby. What's up, people? This your boy Viper, the man about tech, and we are live! Welcome to Friday Night Fight, baby! Woo! Oh, yes! It is that day again! We are back! We are live on YouTube! Yeah, baby! Oh, yes! Ha-ha! Yes! An electrifying introduction for an electrifying live stream. Before I get started, though, let me see who I got in the chat tonight. First on the list is my podcast guest from this past week. We got Mr. Josh Quinones. What's up, Josh? How you doing, baby? How you doing? We got my man Battery Powered, who coincidentally will be on the show tonight. What's up, Battery Powered? How you doing, baby? How you doing? We got P. Meister in the cut. What's up, bro? How you doing? We got Michael Pepper Tech Talk. What's up, Michael? How you doing? We got my enforcer in the cut, Mr. Genosis himself. What's up, bro? How you doing? Who else we got? My head of security, El Jefe Review. What's up, Jeff? How you doing? And of course, we got Gwendolyn G. Hey, Gwendolyn, how you doing? How you doing? We got my man Grant in the building. We got Grant in the building. What's up, Grant? How you doing? And of course, the Bionic Scoop is out there in the cut. What's up, bro? How you doing? Photo Finn is here. What's up, Finn? How you doing, man? How you doing? And we got John Michelle. What's up, John? How you doing, baby? How you doing? Oh, we got Jason Million. That's right, baby. Your boy rocking the Sony XM3 tonight. The greatest set of headphones ever made. Of course, they're back. They're on my head, and they are in the building for the show. And we got my man 504 in the cut. What's up, bro? How you doing? How you doing? And Mediocre Tech. Yes. What's up, man? How you doing, baby? How you doing? And we got Bram. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that last name, but we'll just say you're Bram from Belgium. What's up, bro? How you doing? All the way from Belgium. I am touched. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate you, man. We got Rashid AI. What's up, Rashid? How you doing, baby? How you doing? Who else we got out here? Let me see. Let me go down here. Oh, we got, let me go back. His mouth, I swear. Alex Jackson is out there. What's up, Alex? I think you were like the first person to comment on this stream tonight. I think you commented like hours ago. But what's up, Alex? How you doing, man? How you doing? Woo! Oh, we got M. Gart. What's up, M. Gart? How you doing? How you doing? And we got Tech Guy Computers 89. What's up, man? How you doing? How you doing? And Tyler Miller's out there. Hey, Tyler, how you doing, man? How you doing? We got Mech 1164. What's up, Mech? How you doing? And we got Vaden App. What's up, man? How you doing? And of course, the Norwegian sensation, EVA. What's up, bro? How you doing? How you doing? And that is it. That is it. I think I got everybody. Hopefully, I didn't miss anybody. I know a lot of you all out there part of the Lurk Squad. What's up, Lurk Squad? I see you. How you doing? Now that we got that out of the way, wait. No. We got more lurkers. We got lurkers coming in. I see Tech 702 out there. What's up, Tech 702? How you doing, man? How you doing? Oh my goodness. All right, let me send the link to the person I need to send the link to. But yeah, what's that? Oh, there he is. There he is. What's up? What up? What up? All right. So as the marquee of the show says, we got Deity microphone coming to chat with your boy Viper tonight. I appreciate them taking the time out to come chat. They will be here momentarily. So we're going to chat about their product, about probably get some history of the company, all that good stuff. Probably peruse their website a little bit. Let you guys know what Deity is offering. Definitely legit if you guys, any of you all are up and coming creators, or you're just looking to upgrade your mic game. Deity, where is that? Let's see what we got. And 504 said he actually used the word immediately in a sentence today. That's what's up, baby. That's what's up. Alex, no, this is not sponsored. Trust me. If I do anything sponsored, you will know. But this is not a sponsored stream. Again, you guys wanted me to invite more brands on the stream. I reached out to Deity. They wanted to come on and have a chat. And that's what we're doing. But none of this is sponsored. Not at all. Oh, we got Crystal White. What's up, Crystal? How you doing? And I see we got Jason C. What's up, Jason? How you doing, man? How you doing? What is going on? What is going on? And CDF Man is out there in the cut, too. What's up, bro? How you doing? F. Nick is here. What's up, man? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hold on. But yeah, like I said, I just invited them on to the stream tonight to come talk about their company and their microphones. I can personally attest to their microphones. I use their V-Lav. I always thought it was lav, but it's actually pronounced lav, like lava. But yeah, I use their V-Lav for all my regular videos on the main channel. And it sounds pretty good to me. And I haven't really got any complaints about the microphone. So I'm guessing y'all don't mind it as well. Uh-oh. Now, here's something going on here in the chat here. We got my man, Greg Gadget Savage. Greg is on the cut. What's up, Greg? How you doing? Now, for those of y'all that have been rocking out with me each and every Friday night, you will know that my man Greg has been on the live stream for the last 5 weeks. So if he comes on tonight, if he finds his way on Friday Night Vibe tonight, It will be 6 weeks in a row he's been on the live stream. I don't know if he's going to be willing to come on tonight, but he is definitely invited if he wants to come on here. But without further ado, my guest is here. We got my man Andrew from Deity Microphone. What's up, man? How you doing?
What is going on? It's good to be here.
Good to have you. Thank you for making the time, man. I appreciate you.
Of course.
Man, it's funny because, like I said, I had Nomad on last week, and people seem to enjoy that chat with them, and they were asking me about getting more brands on here, and one of the brands mentioned was Deity. So I'm like, okay, I'll reach out and see what happens, and here we are.
No, you reached out, and I know, like, when you do that on Twitter, when people put themselves out there and try to reach out to brands, they never expect the brand to listen. And I man the YouTube comment section. I man the Twitter section. So if you reach out, odds are I will see it.
That's right. I appreciate the way you guys do things because you guys are definitely a part of the creator community. You guys helped me personally last year. My Blue Yeti, which I was using for my regular video, died at some point last year. And I remember, I think somebody reached out to you guys to see if you would help me out. And you hit me up in the DMs. You're like, yo, what are you using? What are you looking for? And we had a discussion, and you guys sent me out the VLOV, and I've been using that mic ever since. Love the VLOV. Excellent microphone, man.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. I'm glad it really did work out for you.
No doubt. So tell us a little bit about Deity, man.
So this last April marked our 2nd year in business. We really are very young, little company. Sometimes, we describe ourselves as just 4 guys in a closet in a shared working space. But we really are just passionate filmmakers who were kind of like, we got some ideas. We had some cool ideas for products, as well as try to solve some problems that we had when we were on film sets. And that's kind of where it all just sparked. We just 2 years ago, let's go full into it. And let's start actually changing what people's expectations are of microphones.
That is pretty cool, man. And you guys make a variety of products. Let me see if I can pull up your website here. We could talk about what you guys got going on here. And Chrome tab, Deity, and boom.
Yeah, we started out in there it is. I mean, that's the big guy right there that is just blowing up. Most of my email every single day is that guy that just dropped pre-orders yesterday.
All right, so tell us a little bit more about this, the V-Mic D4 Duo.
So what's really interesting about this microphone is, unlike other compact shotguns on the market that only point forward, we actually were sitting down with some vloggers. Gosh, it was probably about last June. We were sitting down with Dave Mays, guy over at Techno Kino, and he was like, Andrew, I want this thing to capture me when I turn my camera. And I said, do you? He goes, yeah, no one can do that. It always sounds like you're off microphone. You don't have the microphone positioned properly. When you point it another direction, it just sounds muddy. It sounds dirty. Can you fix that? We want to be able to. These originally wanted to rotate and spin the microphone. And I was like, oh, that's interesting, but you're going to hear that noise. Let me see what I can do. And literally 4 hours later, I whipped up this design. We sent it back to Dave, and he immediately said, cool, when can I have it? So literally at this point, we're now 12 months down the line. This microphone has been in development for that time period, and we're finally ready to release it to the world. So this microphone was not just created by me, but this was created by the community of reviewers and YouTubers and vloggers that said, these are the demands we have. Can you do this? And we're like, you tell us the problem, we will find a solution.
And I mean, that is pretty awesome that you guys, you have the ear of the community and you listen to what we need, and then you guys try to go and make it happen for real. So, I mean, I see big things for you guys in the future if you keep doing this. Any other products on here that you want me to highlight and talk about?
Anything you want. I mean, I'm here to chit chat with you. I mean, this is your show. I know you've got topics, you've got discussions all week that you collect. I'm blessed to just be here with you.
Oh, I appreciate you. So, like I was telling you guys earlier, this is the mic that I use for all my videos since the VLOV. And the one thing, Andrew, that I love about the VLOV is that it eliminates background noise. Like, I remember last summer when I had my my AC on and I was trying to shoot videos, and it picked up hardly any of the AC noise. And I was like, this is pretty cool for a lav mic, man.
Yeah, so this lob is designed to go, right here up on the collar, up in the chest area, and it's designed really only to get about 8-inch bubble around your body. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not so much about trying to capture the whole room. There's microphones for that. This
Mm-hmm.
guy is designed to capture you, the creator, and really try to make it as simple as just plug it into the device you're recording on and hit record. I mean, that really is the design of this concept. And while it doesn't work with all devices, it seems to work with more than enough that most people who buy this are going to find it to be just the perfect solution for them.
Yeah, like I said, this is the mic that I use for all my regular videos on the main channel. Audio is amazing, and like Andrew says, it only captures the sound in your immediate vicinity, pretty much from your mouth to the microphone, and that's pretty much it. If there is background noise, it will be greatly minimized with this mic because of the directional technology that is in here. But it is an excellent mic, especially it's a good value. So I think it's like what, $50, I believe.
Yeah, it's like $49, something like that. I mean, it's an easy one to get and pick up. I carry one in my backpack, clipped to my backpack. Anytime I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to shoot a quick little video, it's available to me because it comes with a little pouch. Let me see if I just got it on my backpack. No, I loaned it out to a friend. That's my bad.
Sorry, no worries, man, no worries.
No, but yeah, I honestly, that little pouch, I clip it to my backpack because I've got a backpack that's got MOLLE mount all across the back, and I just slide it right into that MOLLE mount, and I just have my mic with me at all times, except for right now.
All right, so I see right here we got the V Mic D3 and the V Mic D3 Pro. So what are the difference? What are the differences between these two mics, man?
Yeah, and we actually have a chart here on the website you can go to. So if you want to go back to the drop down menu,
Okay.
click on products, and then scroll down to where it says video mics, and just click on the video mic part. Yep, right there.
Right there. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
and scroll all the way to the bottom of this chart.
Here we go. Yep.
Yeah,
There
and
we go.
here we can actually show you guys exactly what makes both these microphones very different. They actually use the exact same capsule, so sound quality of both microphones identical. So if you're out there wanting to start out and you're like, you know what, I need a good quality, very directional microphone for 99 bucks, we got you. It's going to give you an all-metal build, unibody construction, which means no joints in the middle. So it's actually going to hold up, very durable. They actually share the exact same shock mount. So if you're like, I want to spend just a little bit of money, you get the exact same premium shock mount that our flagship microphone has. So that's a wonderful thing that we give to you guys. And now we're actually selling as a spare part for $30 by itself. So that $99 microphone, it's really got some nice features. It actually takes a AAA battery, as you can see, instead of the lithium rechargeable, but it gives you a ton of battery life that the big flagship doesn't offer. So for people starting out that just need a microphone to work and just go, I don't want to think about it, this is the guy for you. The D3 is a killer microphone that I think is truly underrated in our collection. We ourselves, we talk all the time about the flagships products. As a tech reviewer, you probably love talking about, the S10 Galaxy, the iPhone 11 Pro Max, all that kind of flagship stuff. But, as you were talking earlier about how on Twitter we may be talking about our John Prosser, he often says, the best products on the market come through compromise. And the D3 kind of is that, in the sense that you lose the gain control. Okay. You lose the low cut. Okay. But a lot of the core features that a user truly needs day to day still are there in that D3 microphone. Now, for the hardcore user, the guy that is out there shooting weddings, who's shooting for 12 hours a day, one-man band operations, the D3 Pro is definitely going to be that flagship model that has all those bells and whistles that those operators truly do use.
Nice, man. So yeah, it looks like the only differences between the D3 and the D3 Pro are the low cut and the 20 decibel of adjustable gain and the USB-C. But other than that, the same mic practically.
They're practically almost the same mics, yeah.
No doubt. Look good, man. Look good. No doubt. So, in your opinion, with you being an audio expert, for a guy like me who shoots normally just talking head video, what would the best mic be for those type of situations, in your opinion?
This kind of gets real muddy real quick because people often say, what's the best mic, right?
Right.
But I think we can add that qualifier, and that's very important that you added that in this question, which is for people who shoot talking head videos. You know, when you watch the news, when you watch people do correspondent work and you see them sitting in the chair, they're saying, I'm from Washington, D.C., and they're doing like a live chat with a reporter up in New York, right? You know, they got the side by side box, much like you and me right now.
Right.
You know, when you look at those kind of setups, what is the number one microphone being used? It's a lavalier, which is why when you said your Blue Yeti broke, I was like, you know what? The microphone that you need the VLAV because you're not moving left and right of your camera. You're pretty much in a fixed position all the time. This microphone you can set up once and just go, cool, that's the way it's set up. I'm done. I don't need to learn anything more about audio. And yet I'm still getting very good audio day one of my production. It's going to sound great the whole time I use this mic.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to that. I mean, I clipped in my VLab on to my piece of clothing and hit record, and away I go, and pretty much that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great microphone for people that really don't know a lot about audio, which I'm not going to lie, it's a lot of people because when you go to film school, they don't really teach audio in film school much anymore. No one goes to film school and says, you know what I want to be? An audio expert. No, they go to film school and they want to be a writer. They want to be a director. They want to be a camera operator. You know, they want to be the director of photography or a lighting designer. You typically don't get a lot of people that go into film school, into classes, into tutorials, and want to teach the audio side, which is kind of actually been a blessing for us in our own YouTube channel because we love doing audio tutorials on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, I watched one of the videos that you guys made about how to set up audio in a car, which is very interesting because there was a lot of compartments in the car that you could hide a microphone, which I learned in that video.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so much about car audio that, I mean, we could probably do 2 or 3 more videos on it. And honestly, we're already talking to a race car driver.
Ooh.
And we're going to be doing a video here very soon about how to mic up a race car. And that is going to be a very fun video that's going to take what we learned in the first video, which is like how to hide them, you know, up in the visors, behind the seats, in the pockets, in the cup holders, that kind of deal. And we're going to take it to the extreme, like how to hide microphones in, say, the muffler, how to put them in the glove compartment so you get the rattle of what the dash sounds like. Put the microphone, you know, deep inside the engine block so you get the right noise of the engine so that when you want to do the sign designs in post, you get the sound of the muscle in that car.
Mm. And you know what, my mother used to tell me something. She used to tell me there's an art to everything. And what you did, the way you just described that, getting the sound of the muffler in the car, there's an art to setting up a microphone. I'm watching another one of your guys' audio tutorials about miking up a guitar. And the guy, I forget his name, but the guy, I forget what his name is. Yeah, Ty. He was moving in such a way that he wanted to be close enough to get like the low end, but he didn't want to be too close to make it too boomy. And like if you don't know audio, you don't understand what that means and why he's trying to do that. But it's interesting. I have a lot of set of headphones, so I have a whole bunch of like different sound signatures that I've heard and listened to and things like that. So I'm not an audiophile. I'm not a big audio head by any means, but having all the headphones that I have, I can definitely discern different types of audio. So there's a definite difference, Andrew, between bass heavy audio and then more clear vocal sounds. And it was interesting watching him maneuver around that guitar to get the best sound that he wanted.
Absolutely. I mean, if you watch one of our episodes, which is actually about headphones, and we don't make any claims like you should buy this pair of headphones. In fact, all we did was just show how changing headphones really changes the tonality and the shift of your sound profile and what you, the listener, are hearing, and whether or not you can trust that sound when it comes to recording, which is really important because if you're changing headphones a lot, you know, like if you're listening to music, you probably have a set of headphones you prefer to listen to music with, right?
Right.
You probably have a different pair of headphones when you're playing video games. Maybe, right?
Yep.
I mean, I myself, I really love these guys, which is the SoundPeats dual dynamic driver true wireless audio, because I really understand, and I've used these enough to like truly understand how the sound is crafted by these drivers in my headphones. And if you don't understand how your kind of headphones are adding color to your sound profile, if they're adding extra bass, when it goes to recording a microphone, You know, you can hear stuff that may not really be there. And then you go to your laptop and you sit and edit, and you're maybe listening on the MacBook Pro speakers. Maybe you're just using the stock speakers. And all of a sudden you're like, that's not what I heard the day we recorded. So it's really important to learn that kind of stuff when it comes to how sound plays in different formats.
Definitely. So I have an interesting question for you. Like I said, you guys are pretty plugged into the creator community. So you watch a ton of creator videos, I'm guessing. So for a new creator,
a ton.
Absolutely. So for new creators that are just starting out that don't really know much about how to properly audio their videos, what is the biggest mistake you see new creators making as it relates to audio, man?
Number one problem I see is they go with the built-in microphone. And they sit there and they go, well, I've only got 10 subscribers. No one's watching these videos anyway. And I'm like, no one's watching these videos, but no one new is going to start watching these videos. Because they can't hear you. Often I see people get so excited. Like, okay, just this last week, we probably all know what Sony announced was a brand new camera.
Yep.
Was it the ZV-1?
Correct.
The ultimate vlogging camera. And you'll notice what makes this the ultimate vlogging camera versus literally last year's model, which was the RX100 V, was it the RX100 Mark 7 or whatever. What makes this one special versus that one? They concentrated on putting a better microphone built into the camera. Because they know if you can't hear you, right? If your audience can't hear you, whatever you're ranting about, whatever you're reviewing, whatever you're passionate and you're trying to tell a story, trying to get your perspective out into the world, if your audience can't understand the words coming out of your mouth, no one cares.
Amen.
I don't care if I see you in 4K perfectly exposed video and you are sitting there and you're like ranting about something, but if I can't understand because you're using an onboard microphone from 8 feet away and you know you've got construction going on next door, maybe your roommate's trying to cook and do the dishes all at the same time while you're trying to do a recording of yourself and no one can hear you, I don't care how many Ks your video is, it's not going to get any views. That's the number one problem. I think people starting out is they get so invested in camera and then they get super invested in lights. And it's like you're investing in the wrong part, because as popular as television is, radio was just as popular, and radio didn't die when television came out. You know, they've been saying radio's going to die. Radio's always going to die. You know, we got podcasts now. Video podcasts are popular. Audio podcasts are twice as popular. It's because I can hear you. People that invest in good audio get more results quicker than people who invest in lenses and in Ks in their camera.
Funny story. For the first 6 or 7 months of my YouTube career, I was doing all my shooting, recording, everything on an iPad Pro. I was using the built-in mic on the iPad. I was in Roberto Blake's Discord server one day, and I got a DM from somebody, my friend Christian, in that server, and he was like, "Listen, dude, I love your content, but your mic sounds like you're underwater, man. You need to do something about your microphone because it's not working." So that's when I went out and I brought the Blue Yeti, and the rest is history after that. But you are absolutely right. Using the built-in mic is just not the way, because even more important than camera and lighting is audio. Like you said, if they can't hear you, I don't care how good your video looks, it's unwatchable because the audio needs to be up point, man.
Yeah, I mean, think about this, right? Think about what's going on right now. People are live streaming live events happening all over the world, right? They're using their phones, but they're holding their phones right here in front of them. So their mouth is right there. Right. It wasn't too long ago, as soon as the pandemic went kind of into effect around the world, people started to live stream everywhere. And everyone wanted to express what they were going through, right? Because everyone's got their own stories to tell. And a lot of people, the first thing they grabbed was their laptop camera, or they grabbed their phone. So you already have probably a good 1080p camera somewhere in your house.
Right. You
probably already have it, especially if you're starting out. Use what you have before you invest money. The last thing I want is people to go into debt. You just don't need to spend when you're not bringing in. You know what I mean? So grab your camera phone. I don't care. I mean, think about, was it just like a year and a half ago the Poco phone came out?
Yep.
And it went super far in everyone's reviews because the camera module was outshining anything else in its price point. So if I was starting out today, I would grab my cell phone, use the front face or the rear facing camera, set it up so that I've got a nice shot. I would use that to start out with before I went and bought a point and shoot camera, before I bought a mirrorless or a DSLR. Because that footage, you know, the other important thing I think a lot of people forget is who's watching who's watching their content. What kind of audience do you have, and what devices are they watching it on? So just this last week, I went and did an audit of our own personal YouTube channel. And I discovered that 50% of my audience is watching on mobile. Okay. Probably not too different than most people. You know, mobile is massive. And it's only growing more and more. Now I looked up some statistics. How many mobile phones do you think have a 4K display?
None right now.
None. So why are you shooting 4K? How many of them have 2K displays? Very few. Mine does. I've got one that's got a 2K display. So even if I want to watch 2K content on my phone, how do I do that? I technically can't, because more than likely the YouTube app itself is limiting me to 1080p anyway.
That and so your mobile.
Yeah, if you're mobile, you're limited to 1080p streaming at best, right? Yeah. And if you've got a subpar phone, like a medium tier or a low tier prepay phone, it's probably only 720, right? Just based on the technology of their screens. So that's 50% of our audience is immediately limited to 1080p. Yep. So then we went and looked at browsers and what is the, what's the other demographic? Well, it's computers. It's desktop browser people. So cool. And then I looked at what's the number one selling, computers out there. It's laptops, 2-to-1 the desktops. Well, okay, so how many 4K screens are there on laptops? Very few. Yep. The mass majority of laptops, especially in the consumer division, are 1080p. So 2-to-1. So there's 75%, or if not 80% of my audience is only watching in 1080p anyway. And I can tell you now, the phone quality or the video quality you're going to get on a phone in 1080p mode is going to be stellar for starting a channel. But the audio that comes off your cell phone, especially as soon as you move it from here, which is what it's designed to do, to here, to even further, if you want to get a nice, good shot and set up your angles, you really got to invest in good audio at that point.
True story. It's funny because I started my podcast a little over a year ago, and I don't know. I think I'm probably using I was maybe using the Yeti when I first started the podcast. But every time I had somebody on the podcast, they were sounding better than me, and I got tired of it, Andrew. I was like, damn it, no. So I went out and spent $400 and brought this SM7B, man, because again, especially for podcasts, audio is king. If your audio isn't up to snuff, then what are you doing a podcast for anyway? So
absolutely. I mean, no, it's a good microphone. You've got a great microphone there. I can't blame it. I didn't make it, but I can still say, you know what? I respect Shure, and they've made a very good microphone with the SM7B. Oh,
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And again, you guys make awesome microphones. I mean, I've heard people rave about your microphones. And if you guys want to go check them out, I put their link in the chat here. Let me highlight it again real quick. Where to go? And of course, I lost it naturally. But I think it's deitymic.com.
Yep, deitymic.com.
So you guys go to deitymic.com. There it is. Check out all their products. Like I said, I use the V-Live for all my videos on the main channel. Excellent mic. I love it. I love how it rejects noise from around you and only focuses on my voice. Definitely creaky when you got stuff going on in your house. Definitely legit. I know my man Zach Talk Tech was using I think he was using a D3 when he was out at CES and back in January, and he swore by that mic. So they definitely make excellent products.
Yeah, we've got a lot of the tech community that's starting to switch over little by little. We're still a very small company, but we like to think that we're just doing things very different, that we're just trying to make toys for ourselves at the end of the day. And we thought, if we like this kind of stuff, if we thought that this was a good idea, hey, maybe someone else out there thinks it too. And we're just happy that people are are starting to jump on the train and kind of see things the way we see it.
Hey man, even my man El Jefe, he says he's using the Deity as well. I mean, there's a lot of people in our community that use Deity, man.
Yeah, El Jefe actually is one that turned me on to a pair of headphones that I now swear by, which is the. It depends on what they want to call themselves this month, but it's like the One Audio Studio headphones.
Oh, the
that
one
are like
more probably.
yeah, that have the misspelling on the name. It's like that's how you know that they come in a lot cheaper, but they are using some really good drivers in there. I got that from El Jefe.
No doubt. And speaking of another Deity acolyte, as you were telling me in our Twitter DMs earlier, our buddy John Prosser is on Deity now too. What's up, John? How you doing, man? So yeah, I mean, and you know,
oh, he's watching. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, John is watching. Yeah, and you know it's serious
cool.
because John Prosser is all about audio, and he's only going to use the best audio. So if he's using Deity, you know that Deity is legit.
Yeah, we've just been blessed to really kind of have the outreach from people reaching out to us and going, "Hey, I've heard this thing about this thing. Where can I find it?" And we're like, "Oh, let's help you out." I mean, we don't believe in that whole people are too small to be creators kind of concept, is because everyone's got a story,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's a valuable story to you, you should be able to capture that story.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, who's to say what you are now today is where you're going to be in 10 years? You never know. And I want to put tools out there for people to start. I think the hardest part about being a YouTuber is starting to be a YouTuber.
Oh, yes.
I mean, they get into that habit of doing a weekly video. And for some guys like John, who's watching a daily video, I mean, that's dedication. And you don't get there overnight. But I believe helping that barrier of entry to get people into just being creative on a weekly basis is important to really kind of help people grow. Being creative is healthy. And if I can help make some tools that inspire others to inspire others, that's what I want to be about.
Like I said, when you guys reached out to me and offered me the VLab, I'm still a small creator, but you guys still reached out and you helped me out in my situation. So I respect you guys for being part of our community, because a lot of brands they don't integrate themselves into the community like you guys do, and a few other brands do too. But you guys are definitely active on Twitter. You're helping out creators when you can, and you're not asking for anything in return. This, that, and the other. So you guys are legit. I will swear by you because your products are awesome. You guys are good friends of the creator community, and you are definitely legit.
I don't know if I would say we're part of the creator community. That's not for me to say. I just know that we have the same struggles that a lot of people do. Like, we just this week, after 2 years of literally grinding and doing weekly videos, and I mean, there are times that I don't want to shoot and I'm like in a grumpy mood, but Justin and Steve are like, "Andrew, we need a video this week." I'm like, "Okay, let's put the big boy pants on and we got to shoot a video, even if we're not in the mood for it." We've had those same kind of struggles of burnout and what does the algorithm want from me? What am I doing wrong? Why is my thumbnails not getting clicks? Like, I go through all that same struggle that you guys do, because we care about teaching about stuff. Like, you'll notice a lot of our YouTube videos, we'll sometimes forget to use our own products in the videos or even show one of our products, because that's not what we care about. Like, at the end of the day, there's a lackluster plethora of content about teaching good audio. So we know when we contact a creator and we're like, "Hey, will you review this microphone?" We know that if they review that microphone, let's say they review a camera, right? Let's take the new Sony one that just came out that literally everyone and their mother made a video about, right?
Right.
If you review that camera, you are practically guaranteed a smash hit for a video, because we know the algorithm wants camera reviews. We know the algorithm does not want audio reviews. So we know for a lot of them out there that are willing to do a product review of us, we're like, "Really? You'll review it? We know that's not going to be a big hit for you, but thank you. That's amazing." Like, this is what we're passionate about. This is what drives us every single day, is to just kind of make videos that teach and educate. And for us to have to take that burden on, for us to do these kinds of tutorials, knowing that we're never going to be a mega channel on YouTube. We're never going to get a smash hit 40,000 view video. But to the people that do watch it, I just want them to walk away with the best educational content possible.
Listen, man, you may not say that you're a part of the creative community, but I will say that you are definitely a part of the creative community. I mean, you guys are more than a brand. Like you said, you are actively on YouTube trying to grow your brand on YouTube, making videos and things like that. A lot of brands can't say that they are doing the thing that creators are doing, but you guys are actually doing the thing. And on top of doing the thing, you guys are helping other creators do the thing that they're trying to do. So you guys are more than involved with the creator community. So I would say don't sell yourself short, man. You guys are in it with the rest of us. You're building a business. You're making content. You are definitely a part of the creator community. And I personally, I'm glad that you guys are here, man.
Yeah. I mean, one of my best things that we got to do this last year was go out to Vid Summit. Sit down. You know, sure, I'm working a booth, but at the same time, I'm also sitting down at lunch talking to people that got channels. I'm sitting there talking to people afterwards at the little mingles at Vid Summit, you know, joining in and listening to the problems that people have also kind of drives and motivates me too. Because like I said, we started as filmmakers. Originally, we wanted to create stuff for like Hollywood movies and TV shows. And it kind of happened that this YouTube creator content podcast market kind of said, we really like your stuff. And we were like, cool. What problems do you have? I know what I've had as a videographer. I know what problems I've had as a cameraman, as a sound engineer. What problems do you guys have in this very unique space where you are having to set everything up yourself? And learning about those problems has also kind of excited me, because now I'm like, oh, well, I can invent something that can solve all this and maybe help some people. And that's really cool. I mean, that's driving and motivating to really just be able to wake up and just kind of go, cool, today we're going to solve a bunch of problems and we're going to hopefully help a bunch of people.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, that's all we want, man. We want help, and you guys are more than willing to give the help. Like you said, you got like several videos on your YouTube channel highlighting how to do different things with different types of mics. So you guys are definitely in the thick getting it done, man. So again, we definitely appreciate you and what you bring to the creator community.
Oh, it's for us. It's just equally just having fun. Like I said, I'm nothing without my team. Because like I said, there are days where I feel burnout, where I'm sitting there going, what tutorial video do we have to make? I'm just not in the mood. Like, what's this YouTube thing even worth? We're not growing fast. I'm not seeing the comeback from it all. I'm seeing the same kind of burnout that other creators are having when they make and they put all their passion into a video and they drop it, and like a week later, it's not even got 1,000 views. Like, I feel those same kind of pains that a lot of creators have, and there are days that I'm just like, I really can't imagine what it would be like if I didn't have Steve and Justin, you know, in my life helping me make our content.
Absolutely. I mean, don't get me started on YouTube, man. I mean, I'm still going through the issue with my videos to being auto captioned in the wrong language and all that jazz. So, yeah, I understand about the YouTube pains, the growing pains. No doubt, man. No doubt.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to say about Deity before we move on to a different topic?
Anything that maybe the audience has questions or anything like that?
Actually,
I am totally fine if we have some Q&A.
No doubt. Before we move on, if you guys have any questions for Andrew, let us know and we will get them done. I saw a question out here a few minutes ago from Urban and Flora. Let me see if I can find it. I think he was asking. Oh, he's asking if you guys are going to bring out a rival to the Wireless Go microphone from Rode.
Huh. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
It would.
Huh?
Because a lot of people are complaining about that microphone. So if you guys were to bring out a competitor, you probably would do it very well.
Noted.
I like that. I like that. He's a chick.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Okay. Like, I don't like. Here's my question for the person that asked that, as well as everyone else watching live. We've seen the comments of people going, "When are you going to make this?" But what do you want? I mean, here's what I don't want to make. I don't want to make a clone. That bores me. We've said this before. Check our Twitter. If you type in our microphone company name, Deity Microphones, and bored, you will see comments where I'm like, that idea bores me. So if I want to make this kind of a product, this wireless Go kind of competitive product, the micro lavalier system designed for the content creator, what features are missing that you guys want?
There you go. That's a good
I mean,
question.
the question for me is like, okay, so someone wants this, but what exactly do you want in this product? Because we've seen a lot of companies make those similar kind of products in the last year, like knocking off or to some degree cloning or simply just trying to make a product that's priced at that price point. We've seen a lot of people do it this last year. I think we can all kind of look at that and go, yeah, that's trying to compete against that, right? That's
Right.
easy to do, especially in the tech reviewer community. Pointing to comparatives is primary to how you do a review. But I've yet to see anyone make a suggestion as to like what's really missing. I I'll commend the people over there at Rode. They came up with a very unique, a very amazing product that when they launched it, there was nothing quite like it on the market. A year later, we've seen a lot of people compete against it with their own unique facets. But to the person asking the question, what have you not seen in the last year that you want? Because these are the kind of questions that we ask when we develop a product. It's like, cool, I see the problem. Okay. We listen to what kind of solutions you guys think would happen. And then we come up with some solutions that maybe no one else has even thought of because we're also hearing about other problems from other people and how we can combine them into one product. So, what I just want is an idea of what problems you see or how such a product could benefit your style of production that we can then look at and go, oh, well, you're having this issue. These people over here are this issue that you guys never even heard about or thought about. But I bet you guys are actually having the same issue that one of these items can get solved for both the problems. So, I mean, could we do a micro transmitter system? Yeah, that's easy. But I want it to be special if we do this.
No doubt. No doubt. Shout out to my man Technically T for the super chat. Thank you, T. I appreciate it. No doubt. No doubt. As you know, you guys, you do have the option of super chatting. It's not required, but anything that you would be willing to donate would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you don't want YouTube taking 30% of your cut, you also can buy me a coffee. That link is in the description. Again, not required, but anything is greatly appreciated. So Urban Explorer says the wireless Go is great, but the audio is crap, and I need it good and quality as a D3 Pro. Oh, interesting. I mean, I don't know, Andrew. Would it be possible to get that type of audio quality in such
Very
a small
cool.
package?
Well, I mean, that's our starting platform then. We'll start thinking about that kind of stuff.
Okay. Trenton wants to know, is the $1,000 Sennheiser mic overrated in your opinion?
Hello?
Hello, you hear me? Uh-oh. Andrew?
Is the $1,000? It seems to be the golden shotgun for the tech creators. Is the $1,000? Here's my question: if you are a tech creator, right? I understand some people like this microphone, some people don't. What we put forth was the Deity Mic 2 is our very first flagship microphone, and it's very similar to a certain $1,000 microphone that's on the market that's popular. The question is, at $1,000, could you spend that money elsewhere and be just as creative? Are your audience, are whatever it is you're doing, going to hear the difference between a $350 microphone that is designed to kind of supply 90% of that sound? Are you going to hear the last little 10% of that sound quality for the extra $650?
Right.
$1,000 is not a chump change.
No, it's not. No, it's not. All right, CDF Man says, does the VLOP sleep feature mean if I unplug it and forget to turn it off, will it not drain the battery? Andrew, can you hear me?
No, nope, won't drain the battery one bit. There is no on and off switch. In fact, it turns on when you I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Yep.
Let me rejoin.
Okay, I can hear you though. All right, so I think we are having some live streaming issues on the YouTube end. Let me know if you guys can hear me or see me. I know we went black for about 30 seconds about 10 minutes ago, but I think we might be having some technical difficulty issues. So let me know in the comments if you can hear me and see me. He's gonna join back in. I don't know if you guys can still even hear me or see me. It looks like I am okay on my end. It looks like the stream is still going on, so it looks like you guys can see me. I don't know if you guys can hear me. And you guys are not commenting. All right, let's can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, sounds really good now.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right, so we got that going on. All right, let's see. So El Jefe was commenting about the possible wireless system that he would want to pair to a cell phone, which that would definitely be useful.
That'd be useful. Okay. We will definitely take that into consideration. I mean, right now we don't make anything like that. But that's kind of an interesting concept that, I was talking about just how well cell phone cameras have come along and how most of your audience is probably already watching 1080p videos only. Right. So cell phone wireless, that's an interesting concept. I like that.
Boom, no doubt. Okay, Michael says, Viper, I need to get a Deity mic now for shooting on the go. Should I go wireless for you for my iPhone?
Maybe. As soon as the word need gets thrown around, I don't know if you actually need one that is wireless for your iPhone. I would start like what Viper was talking about earlier, is get the VLAV. It's simple. How far do you expect to be from your iPhone? The VLAV's cable is like
very
16
long.
feet.
Yep.
Something like that. It's 5 meters. I'm trying to do the math in my head of conversion rates, but it's 5 meters long. So even if you're putting your iPhone on a tripod or a selfie stick really far away from you, that VLAV is going to reach all the way up to your neck, and you can clip it right to your shirt.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're still shooting on your iPhone, there's a chance you're going to spend more on wireless than on essentially your camera at that point, because it's a part of what you already own. So I'd spend, just $50, get started. And then if you outgrow that later, then outgrow it. But get started first.
Yeah, the only thing that you would need in addition with a VLAV for the iPhone is one of those lightning to 3.5 millimeter adapters. Well, once you get one of those, you're good to go.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to my man Zach Talk Tech for the super chat. Big thanks to Deity for sending me the D3 Pro. I use that baby with my iPhone 11 Pro Max and SwitchPod for all my videos at CES. No doubt.
Awesome. Love SwitchPod.
Yes. Shout out to Urban Explorer for the super chat. Says, I love Deity for their quality and community love. They care about people, which I respect. Amen, man. Amen.
Oh, awesome, man.
All right, let me make sure I don't miss any questions up here. Think I caught everything. Yep. Keep going back down there. Okay, now here, bro. Somebody tell my man Battery Power that the link is in his Twitter DM. So anytime he wants to hop in, he can do that. Let's see. Blah blah blah. Go. Yeah, ALFA. That VLAV cable is uber long, man. I like it.
Just the other day, we were actually plugging it into the back of a desktop computer that we use for our live stream. Plugged into the back, routed across the desk, up around to my chair, and then up. And I still had cable left over. So it's great if you're also trying to do like a live stream setup and you've got a desktop computer that's permanently placed and that mic port is somewhere in the back. Plug that sucker right in the back, leave it all coiled up, and just leave that little lob tucked away.
Yeah, I love a microphone with long cable because it allows for that freedom of movement. Depending on what type of videos you shoot, you need that freedom to move. And if the microphone cord is too short, then you are restricted, and that's not a good look at all.
Right, exactly. Wireless is awesome, but unless you can trust the wireless 100%, if you're doing critical work or you're just by yourself and you're shooting it and no one's monitoring your audio, it's hard to trust wireless. It really is.
Yeah. I remember I tried to edit a video wearing my AirPods on my MacBook, and that was a disaster. I'm like, nope, we're not doing that no more. Shout out to my man Battery Power for the $10 super chat. Shout out to Deity. I love my VLab. He should be joining us here any moment, but thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Shelly wants to commend you for your YouTube channel and educated people, and she also said congrats on hitting 20K.
Oh, thank you, Shelly.
Oh, this is a good question. Zach wants to know, how did the name Deity come up?
So it actually came up. There was an old product, a part of our former company. Before we launched our own company and separated ourselves, we were actually part of a company called Aperture that actually made a shotgun microphone a few years earlier called the Aperture Deity shotgun. And it was like, that's a pretty cool name. So we stole it. We added our new font and we did all that. But like the name, I was like, Deity. I like it. So that's kind of where it took it from.
Is it the same Aperture that makes the light, or is it a different company?
Yep. No, same company.
So you guys used to be a part of Aperture. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So before they were known as the Light Company, they made microphones on the side. And it was like a little pet project for one of the engineers. And they were really good. They had some really original thought process, but they weren't top sellers. Like when you said Aperture the Light Company, you meant Aperture the Light Company. No one ever thought Aperture the microphone brand.
Right.
And that was part of the problem. Was it was a pet project of one of the engineers. It was never their primary focus. It wasn't ever a dedication that they just dove into and said, we're a microphone brand. And because they weren't good sellers, they weren't super popular, but they were good. They just didn't move a lot on store shelves. The decision was made, hey, you know what? We're going to close the whole division up. We're just not going to make microphones anymore.
Oh. And
someone in the company named Ted reached out to me, and he knew I was a reviewer back in the day. I reviewed microphones and reviewed kind of location sound mixing stuff meant for the TV and film industry. And he said, hey, Andrew, you know about the microphones. You reviewed one. I did. And you were the one person that kind of gave it kind of a semi-negative review. I said, yeah, I thought it had a lot of promise, but it wasn't 100% ready. Mm-hmm. And he said, because of that, and your honesty and your dedication to wanting to make perfect products, I wanted to tell you we're closing that division of the company. I said, oh, he goes, but do you want to save it? Do you want to launch it as its own thing and take it over and become the brand developer and make it something that you dream of as a dream kind of microphone brand? And this literally all happened over the course of like maybe 30 minutes for coffee in downtown Hollywood. We're like right across from the Chinese theater, right down the block from us is, the Wax Museum, all the people walking the boulevard, all the tourist traps, all that wonderful stuff. And we're sitting here having coffee and we're like, okay. So by the end of coffee, we had launched the idea and concept of what Deity was going to be. And literally a month or two later, we officially announced it to the rest of the world in April 2018 was Deity is going to be splitting from Aperture and run by this little oddball guy named Andrew. And that's me.
Wow. So you are technically the CEO of Deity then?
No. We've got an investor group. So, there's people who've really kind of drive that side of it.
Okay.
I'm the brand developer, so it's my concepts that really make what you see on the outside.
Okay.
Yeah. When it comes to like CEO and all that kind of stuff, no, we've got all that stuff separate above me.
Right.
Gotcha. I answer to him. Trust me, like I am not a CEO. I am just an enthusiastic person that's been given an opportunity of a lifetime to kind of design the products that I've always wanted, work with people that are passionate as I am, and really just put together a team of people that want to bring really fun, different kind of products to the market that kind of see if other people are excited about this stuff as I am.
That is a pretty cool. Congrats, man. That's a pretty cool story. Shout out to my man El Jefe for the super chat that he uses V-Live halfway down the chest. Can you speak on the importance of live mic placement for sound quality?
Absolutely. I'm glad he asked this question. A mic placement is the number one problem that people probably have. I mean, we're not talking about just lavaliers at this point. People will put a shotgun microphone and they're like, oh, I saw BTS footage of a Hollywood movie doing this. It's like, okay, but like they don't know if that audio was like using the movie. It could have been just a reference audio. They were going to overdub anyway, doing an ADR session. So you never really know about that kind of stuff. Don't go based on what you do, based on some like photo you saw from a Hollywood set. Go based on what you see results of and how they actually did it. That's why like our number one video on our channel is how to hide a lavalier, where to put it. So the number one key place I tell people is if you're wearing a button-down shirt, right? The one button's all the way up here, and you have 1, 2. That second button that you can actually see. So button number 3 is like the ideal spot to place a lavalier. That's the number one spot I go, because if you're, a guy like you and me, we have pectoral muscles. I'm wearing a tight t-shirt, but even because of my tight t-shirt, there's still an air pocket right there where the t-shirt actually does not touch my chest.
Right.
Same thing for women as well. There's an air pocket where the fabric is not rubbing up against the skin. That you can put a lavalier there and you won't get the clothing rustle of a t-shirt.
Beautiful, beautiful. Shout out to Shannon Vlog for the super chat. Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate you. Also, shout out to 504 for the super chat. Thank you, 504. And another one from Mgard. Thank you. Thank you, guys, for being so generous tonight. And now, amazing. No doubt. And now we're going to bring in an up-and-coming creator to the YouTube platform, my man, Battery Powered. What's up, man? How you doing, Chris?
Not too bad. And yourself? Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate you hanging out with me and Andrew.
Yeah, certainly. It's an honor to be here.
So what mic do you use when you make your videos?
Ironically, the Deity VLAV, which this wasn't planned, but I use the VLAV for most of my recorded stuff, and then my live stuff, the Blue Yeti, which mine has not exploded yet. So everything's still going according to plan with it so far. It's hanging out over here, but yeah. So that's kind of my go-to combo. I tried a bunch of inexpensive lavs for my early content when I was filming in a car, and I got to say that the Deity. Actually, shout out to El Jefe. He was the one that was like, "You got to try this," and it's amazing. It has that orb of sound, and everything else outside of it is totally ignored. So it's been my go-to. Really enjoy it.
So I'm curious, Chris, what brought you to YouTube? I know you just recently started making videos, or have you been making videos for longer than I have?
It's funny. No, I've had the channel for a while, but. It's kind of a weird thing, actually. People kept asking me what my channel was because I'd be on a plane. I used to travel a lot for business, and I would have all sorts of random gear with me. I was always recording stuff, and then people would ask me a question, and I would start giving them this answer. And I guess between that and the delivery, they were like, do you have a YouTube channel? Do I know you? And I got that enough times that finally, between that and then my friends going, hey, I don't want to hear this anymore. Can you just record it? So I started uploading, and I mean, I'm up to like a whopping 50 subs or so now, but I did that. And I mean, just really to share, I want to share, help people learn, help people get connected with better technology. There's a ton of stuff out there, and I think that there's nobody to explain it all. So hopefully I can help with some of that. I mean, you do a pretty good job as well, but.
Yeah, thanks, man. Like, I'm glad to have you here, man. Like, hey, I'm all about people coming on here and trying to like provide teaching moments on the platform. I mean, if your content brings value to your viewers, you're already off to a good start, man. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. I'm trying, and I will continue to do that.
No doubt.
Yeah.
All right, now we got to get to the meat and potatoes of this live stream, because I'm a little upset after some stuff I read in Cult of Matt today. So you know what? Let me pull up this page real quick, because I'm not feeling this stuff, man. I'm not feeling it at all, and I still can't believe we're doing this. The media is like trying to paint this narrative of YouTubers that like do nothing. Low key, nobody, blah, blah, blah. So we got my man John Prosser here on the front page of Cult of Mac. And Cult of Mac's headline is John Prosser, the new Mark Gurman. I mean, are you, first of all, okay, whatever about that headline, but then I click on the article, and not even 30 seconds to read the article, I'm already offended. And the reason why I'm offended, the very first sentence, in the space of 3 short months, John Prosser went from an obscure YouTube nobody pumping out video barely anyone watched to becoming one of the hottest Apple reporters on the internet. The first damn sentence of the article pisses me off. I can't believe this stuff. This dude, before he ever got these Apple leaks, had about over 100,000 subscribers, had about 50,000 people watching every video he put down, but they actually had the audacity to call him a YouTube nobody. Are you? See, my issue with this is I've highlighted before on these live streams is that mainstream media, especially these tech publications and journalists, they go out of their way to just thumb their nose up at YouTubers. It's just like, what are you talking about? Like, bro, John Prosser probably gets more views in a video in one day than you do on your website for an entire month. But yet you want to call him a nobody. And what makes this even more disingenuous by Cultamac is that he was a guest on their podcast. So how you gonna have this man as a guest on your podcast and then the next day just talk crap about him? Like, what? I mean, it's utterly annoying. Andrew, go ahead, jump in, man.
I mean, I've been watching him for probably about a year and a half now. It is shocking when you see this kind of stuff, and they're like from obscurity. And I'm sitting there going, I'm old enough to remember when John Prosser kind of shook up YouTube with some investigative journalism that wasn't iPhone or Apple leaks or anything like that. And yet he got even major channels like Linus Tech Tips to even comment. You know, he was shaking and rattling some of the biggest tech tubers with some of his investigative journalism with the help of other tech reviewers out there. And it's like, how's a guy who's getting 70,000, 80,000 views a nobody? No, of course not. He's a huge somebody. And he's more than just an Apple leaker. Go back and look at some of his other stuff where he's talking about how consumer affairs work, how this whole, you know, as he has to call it, the bop on his channel, you know, how he was addressing those kinds of stuff long before anyone else even knew what supply chain manufacturing was and how that was going to affect everyone. If you go back and look at his videos in February, he was already telling people not just Apple's going to be low on stock, everyone's going to be low on stock and inventory and prices are going to go up. He was pointing out all the stuff long before anyone was leaking information to him about an iPhone.
Hey, man, it's just crazy. You got anything to add to this, Chris?
No, I was just going to say, I mean, the word obscure is irritating. I mean, that's the biggest problem, the entire article. Obscure YouTube nobody in 3 months. And I mean, kind of what Andrew said, he's been doing this forever. John's got an awesome sense of humor. He's entertaining to listen to. He could take boring stuff and you'd want to listen to it. Great production quality, and it's just not a nobody. And that's the whole thing where I don't want to bury Cultamac too much here, but it's just like, oh yeah, they're around doing their thing still, and they're talking about John Prosser being an obscure YouTube nobody. It's just weird, ironic moment.
No. They buried themselves when they came out with this nonsense. I mean, that's on them. Listen, man. So I'm not going to get into this entire article. The rest of it goes on to try to compare him to Mark Gurman. I'll get into that more later on, but I still want to talk about how he's a YouTube nobody and now he's this Apple leaker, blah, blah, blah. Listen, people, listen very closely. This dude has been on YouTube for 7 to 8 years with Front Page Tech. It took him 5 to 6 years to even get traction on Front Page Tech. And I keep telling you guys, success does not happen overnight. When somebody comes onto your scene and when they come onto the radar, they didn't just start yesterday. It's probably something that's been building up over a matter of years for them to get to that point where you finally notice them. And John Prosser had a huge video like 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was called Apple Sucks Now and It's Your Fault. That video damn near got 1 million views, or it might be over 1 million views by now. But from that point on, the channel was on an upward trajectory. But the other thing that we really need to focus on as it relates to this situation here is that let's think about why John Prosser is getting these leaks. Why are top people in Apple brass relaying this information to him? They're not going to relay that information to just any old nobody. They're not doing that. They're relaying this information to him because they know he puts in the work. They know he has an audience, and they know he has an outlet to disseminate the information where it will reach a large amount of people. Because remember, John Prosser, man, this is not his first rodeo leaking things, right? Obviously, he's been on. He was leaking stuff about the Pixel and things like that, and Samsung devices before this. Yep. But the dude has been on YouTube for 7 to 8 years, and he built up a platform. Like I said, before this all even started, he was almost he was like at 150,000 subscribers before the Apple leak start. Now he's almost at 250,000. But the dude had a platform that people felt comfortable coming to. And that's the other thing. People are comfortable coming to him with these leaks because they know he will protect them. Because I don't know if you guys think about that part of the equation, but you got these people that are employed by Apple leaking him this information, and every time they leak information to him, they are potentially putting their livelihoods on the line. Because if Apple finds out who these people are, it is game over. And it's going to be game over in a large way. It's more than them losing their job. It's them potentially being sued for leaking classified information to this man. Yet they still do it month after month because they know he's legit. They know he'll protect them, and they know that he will disseminate the information on his channel where thousands upon thousands of people will get the information and go from there and make news cycles. So I'm going to need Kotamak and the rest of the tech media pubs to stop disrespecting this man and recognize the body of work that he has put in over the past 6 or 7 years to get to where he is today, because this did not happen overnight. This has been building up for a long time, and now he's finally getting the fruits of his labor, and big up to him for being in the position to take advantage of the situation.
Yeah, he's diligent. I mean, that's the thing. He's diligent at what he does, but I mean, the art of protecting those sources is I mean, I know he's talked about it a couple times on different shows, and it's amazing the steps that he takes, and I mean, that is a lot of work, and it's a ton of stress too on him, and it's not easy, and it's not something that he's been doing. I mean, the league thing has kind of been shorter, but I mean, he's always had a really, really good track record. So I don't think there's any cause for insult here at all. I don't. It's bizarre to me.
It's crazy, man. I mean, just the blatant disrespect by these publications, and then they take it even further by trying to manufacture some rivalry between him and Mark Gurman. No. Listen, people, there is no competition. They do completely different things. You got one guy who's an actual journalist for a tech publication, Bloomberg, and you have the other guy who is the host of a YouTube channel, a tech YouTube channel. There is no competition. I mean, there's no John Prosser being the next Gurman. John Prosser is John Prosser, host of Front Page Tech. He is not trying to be a journalist. He is not trying to be the next Mark Gurman. He is trying to be John Prosser, host of Front Page Tech, the same guy he's been for the past 6-7 years. He's not changing for none of you all. That's why a lot of people, he kind of rub people the wrong way, because he incorporates his humor into the way he delivers tech news. And a lot of people take that the wrong way, especially when he's delivering these leaks, because they're like, well, why don't you just deliver the information? Why you got to add a joke in there, blah, blah, blah? Because that's John Prosser. That's why you have to add a joke in there. Mm-hmm. He's not no cookie cutter cutout journalist. He's not going to drop a leak and not drop a fart joke or a total joke in there. That's not John Prosser. He's not trying to be Mark Gurman. He's not Mark Gurman. So this comparison is monkey crap to begin with. So don't even try to make this comparison. Call to Mac. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah. I mean, I think it also goes back to, some of Mark's history too. I mean, Mark, now that he's with Bloomberg, he's got some past history. I mean, he still obviously has some. Actually, the more important thing I think now is watching. I don't want to say it's a rivalry, but I mean, obviously, if you can find them both on Twitter, and it's kind of interesting now watching Jern going one direction and Mark going, yeah, I think it's going to be this way. I mean, that is the interesting part of it for me now, is seeing who actually is right. Because Mark used to be that quiet guy that was like, hey, this is just, you might want to watch this. You might want to keep an eye on this. This is probably what's going to happen. And then, no surprise, it happened. Now that seems to be shifting to Jern.
Oh, I'm glad that I don't think this is a rivalry at all. They go about, they're been in two completely different ways. They're not really trying to compete with each other. Yeah, they play in the same arena, but we all play in the same arena. I do tech videos. Chris does tech videos. In a way, Andrew does tech videos. A lot of you all watching this live stream right now, you do tech videos. Are we all rivals? I don't think so. I mean, some people might take it that way, but I don't think we're rivals, even though we play in the same field a little bit. I mean, it is possible for multiple people to be in the same field of work and not be rivals. This is natural life. It happens. It is what it is. It doesn't make them rivals. It just means they're two parts of one big connected community, and they go about their business completely different ways.
Absolutely.
And Andrew's like, oh God, what did I get myself into now?
No, I'm just being quiet because I'll tell you, I've got the exact opposite take on this. I know you were like, Mark's doing his thing, Jern's doing his, and I'm like, I'm team John, because I mean, as someone who has a lot of hair, I'm gonna go with John. I like the toilet humor, as you said earlier. Like, I've never seen an F-bomb dropped in the middle of a tech article on Bloomberg. I like that. I like the realness. Like, one of the best parts about, like I said, about the channel is if he sees something that's stupid, if he sees a company doing something that's stupid, he's not afraid to call him out on it because he's not indebted to a bunch of advertising dollars like a major publication is, who right now needs to keep all the ad dollars they can. You can't buy John Prosser. So, like, I'm going to go with the guy who's way more got everything to gain and nothing to lose, because he's going to be much more honest about every single thing he says.
All the time. All the time. And the funny thing is, the dude is successful even with his own brand of humor and comedy and the way that he delivers tech news. He still gets brand deals. He still gets sponsors to work with him. So, I mean, it's not like he's a total degenerate. The dude is very good at what he does. Again, you don't survive doing tech as long as John Prosser's been doing it if you don't know what the hell you're doing. And it is clearly evident to anybody that watches the program that he is well informed and he is very knowledgeable about the tech space in general. And he has found a way to deliver tech news in a fun and engaging way. And hundreds of thousands of people watching videos every time he drops one. And that just simply can't be ignored.
It's actually amazing. If you ever want to see one of the most interesting tweets is when John Prosser just drops eyeballs.
Yeah.
Just watch that. Just watch the internet after that, and watching thousands of people. I mean, now, thankfully, we're not going to hear them asking about the 14-inch MacBook anymore. But that's one of the most entertaining things ever is you see that tweet in like 4 seconds. It's got like retweets, and it's always wild.
Seriously, when he tweets these days, the internet literally breaks. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. Totally does.
Oh man. Yeah, just I like when I read that, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like YouTube nobody, really? And then trying to compare him to Mark Gurman, I'm like, no. We're not doing this. I had to address it. We're not doing this at all. This is nuts. Oh man. Andrew, what is your current smartphone of choice? What are you rocking with these days?
I'm rocking the same thing as Linus Sebastian. I'm still rocking my Note 9.
Ooh, okay.
It's one of those phones that when they dropped that phone, it was like, I can't ask for anything else. Like, I've looked at the new generation that came out this year. I've been looking at all of the new iPhones, the new S20 Plus Max Pro, blah, 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 right? I mean, all of them. And it's like, you're still not better than my Note 9. My Note 9's paid off. My Note 9 has that stylus pen still. It's still got that headphone jack. It still has all-day battery. I've got 6 gigs of RAM. I don't see what the new flagships of this year beat it. And I think right now, what I just saw a video, who did that? I think it was Travis that just did a video 3 weeks ago, where he bought a Note 9 on eBay and was like, this is the best used phone you can buy on the market. And I'm still rocking mine.
Yeah, the Note 9 is a beast, and even today, like you said, it's still a beast. I mean, with these iterative upgrades year over year, I mean, these phones are lasting longer and longer, and there's really no need to rush out and upgrade each and every year because these phones are so good. So I can definitely understand why you're still holding on to your Note 9, because the Note 10 is not a big upgrade over the Note 9 at all.
No. I say that. I went and bought my wife the Note 10 Pro, whatever it is, the really big, like, powerful one.
Yep.
And yeah, she's like, I love this. I don't see myself upgrading for like 3 years, 4 years, long past when, T-Mobile wants us to actually get that new free phone and trade in and all that stuff. And I'm like, it's a beast. Like, there's nothing I can do on that phone that is like slow, like no new apps. If you look at the way app development is, they try to make an app work for as long as possible with the most amount of cell phones. So if you have one of these flagship phones today, know that app developers are still thinking about you 5 years later.
Pretty novel concept.
So Zach wants to know, Andrew, how important are OTA updates to you?
0. I do not update my phone. I don't update my phone. I'm still running. What is this? What is my MacBook running right now? Is it Mojave still? Yeah, I'm still running Mojave.
Wow.
I do not upgrade. The only device in my house I upgrade religiously is my Chromebook.
Okay. Chromebook.
I just upgraded to Chrome 83 yesterday, which is when it dropped. So like that's the only thing in my house I update. I'm one of those people that's like, I don't want the new bloatware. I don't want the new icons that you move around on me or change my icons. It's like this works for me, and I know where my icon is. I know which icon to click. That's perfect. Also, it's not broken. Like that's the biggest thing when they're always like upgrades and like all these new features, and I'm like, yes, but what are the things that aren't in those upgrades that you're not telling us that always seem to like mess up? Like the controversy with Apple and the fact that batteries were getting cut short, slowed down phones, encryption that's not really all that encrypted. The new iPhone update has contact. What is that called? The contact support for their new app to track the BAP app.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
It's in your phone automatically. You don't turn it on, you don't turn it off. It's just there because the new iOS update. And I'm like, why aren't you guys telling us in that change log? So no, I don't upgrade my phone. OTAs, nothing. I'm good. It's not broke. I don't fix it.
Got you. Chris, what phone are you working with right now?
Note 10 Plus and 11 Pro. I'm always kind of bitextual, carrying around a couple different devices, and I am So I'm sitting 50% in either one. But I had that S20 Ultra. I got really irritated with the focus issues. I actually picked up a Note 10 Plus after the S20 Ultra. It's just I wanted to try out the stylus thing in a phone, which I do enjoy. I just now wish it was bigger, kind of like the iPad that I use with the pencil. But I really like the Note 10 Plus. I'm happy. I'm kind of with Andrew on the not upgrading thing to the latest and greatest for once, because I did do that this year with the S20 as noted, and I know I'm talking to a guy that's actually got the S20 Ultra, and I think you said it's like your daily driver, right? Or sorry, gosh, I got to take a sip now. But that's what you're using, right, Viper? The S20 Ultra is your
your fave? My daily driver. My daily is still my iPhone, but I'm using the S20 Ultra more than any other device I have pretty much at the moment. But yeah,
I use it for a little bit, and then I don't know, went back to the Note 10. The Note 10 just feels, I don't know if it's lighter or small. It's like a little bit better size. But yeah, I did get the Plus. So Andrew, you're talking about your wife like loving the giant screen. It's great because it's also light. Like I had used the Pro Max, and going over the Note 10, it's just a lighter device. And I do actually update it like every opportunity I get, though, because that whole like security thing. I like to believe that those other updates do something.
Yeah, it's always. That's one of the reasons why you probably should update your phone, especially for those security updates, because you never know.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew, I'm curious. Obviously, you are part of a company, and we're going through a global pandemic. So, how have you been coping with the current situation that we're in?
So, I'm going through some of the chats here because someone actually says Chrome, eh? Yeah. For us, the idea of working from home wasn't actually a big deal. The transition literally was a text message on a Friday night. Hey, Monday, stay home. Log into the company chat program that we all use, and we're going to do a live stream with each other at 9 a.m. just to check in. Like that was literally the transition period for us. Because what most people don't know is every single Wednesday we work from home anyway. As being a company that's only started in the last 2 years, the idea of working in Google Cloud systems was like the smartest thing we could have done, because the first 2 months we were a company, we didn't even have a ballpoint pen in the office, just because the idea of like written documents and having to sign stuff or write stuff and pass it to someone else just wasn't already ingrained in our structure. We were already a cloud-based company. So the idea of everyone just working from home off the same chat program, morning conferences, sharing stuff through Frame.io and Google Drive was just already there. Most people probably don't even realize it, but the editor of our YouTube channel is not even in LA right now. For the last 2 months, our YouTube channel has been remotely edited from another state. And yet quality has not dropped. We've yet to see a productivity issue where we're not turning out a new episode every week. So for us, this has not actually been a big kind of struggle. It was just like what everyone else is kind of doing, and that is you work from home and you do the sharing and all stuff. For us, it just was like an easy transition.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's that, Chris?
I was just going to say that cloud stuff helps. I mean, you're talking about working on Google Cloud. I mean, we don't use that anymore, but that was a godsend back when we were working on that platform, because it was just transparent. Anywhere you want to set up and go, it's there, and there's handily and readily accessible at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah, working from home, it's definitely cool to have like a cloud setup like that, which allows you to pretty much work anywhere and with anybody. So that's pretty cool, man, that you guys haven't really been impacted too much by that at all.
Yeah, if anything, I feel like we're slightly more productive now, because there is a lot more, like, I get the ping notifications, not just someone sitting next to me, but I do see them, and I'm like, oh, let me go check out the new cut of what Justin's editing. Let me go look at these emails. I'm always having things up on my screen. I'm no longer stepping away to go do something in person. Because it's all on my screen and my focus is here for the workday, I'm not missing a single beat.
Do you guys have like so before, was everybody in one place, or was it, dispersed? Were you geographically dispersed anyway?
So we're already kind of a geographically dispersed company as it is. We've got an office in Singapore. We've got employees out in Amsterdam. So we were already kind of living in that chat system. Manufacturing is all handled in China. So like I was having the message to people there, the engineering team, who do the actual like electronical PCB design work and all that stuff. So for me, it just was like, cool, the 3 people that sit next to me in our little closet, in our shared working space, they're no longer sitting next to me. Now they're just a lot more distance between us. But at the end of the day, it just really was a pretty easy transition.
Well, we did the same transition where I work, and it kind of leveled the playing field. It was very interesting because we had a lot of remote folks, a lot of people that were in some of the main offices, and that was the biggest part that we've noticed is everyone's kind of more cohesive now. I mean, the people in the foreign lands and domestically, it's leveled it, and it's been very, very different. So,
no doubt. Hey, Chris, what are you like in a certain niche in YouTube, or what type of YouTube content are you making at the moment?
So ironically, with a name like Battery Powered, I started off with this focus of I want to talk about chargers and cables and cords and all this stuff. But then I started talking about Apple stuff, and I'm just kind of going down the Apple niche. So I need to pull myself back over into like chargers and battery packs and all of that side of life. But I keep getting distracted by things that Apple is doing. So you're going to start seeing, I've been doing like the Sunday live shows where I try to do like a brief weekend live, sort of live update. And I'm using those ones to try and focus on the Apple stuff. And then on the Monday night shows that I do on the Michael Pepper channel, we talk about all the stuff over there. With, whatever they're over there, I wear my Android hat. And so at some point, you're going to see recorded content show up with battery related stuff. The lives will be dedicated to Apple. And then the Monday Tech 702 Michael Pepper activity is going to be the potpourri, I think we'll say. So I hope that's an answer somewhere in there.
Yeah, I got you. So Andrew, is it safe to say that you have no plans on upgrading your phone in the near future at all?
I'd be lying. There is one phone, and it's a sleeper phone. Like, it's one that like no one's talking about, that I'm actually like eyeing right now, and that was the LG 60 V60.
Yeah,
the LG V60, which like people are like, LG made a smartphone that kind of is mid-tier, and I'm like, yeah, but like, what is mid-tier today? Like, mid-tier today is still like flagship yesterday.
Yep.
And it's got a unique, interesting concept for the phone. And I was playing with it, and I'm like, this I could get used to. I could get used to flipping it open. I could get used to having dual screens. The idea of having one app open on one screen and having 1 or 2 more apps on another screen. The only thing holding me back is it doesn't have Samsung DeX. Right. And right now in developer mode, Android desktop inside of Android 10, the desktop mode is like utter garbage. And I'm like, what are they doing over there at Android? This desktop mode in your developer kit is a joke. So like, that's literally the only thing that's holding me back is I actually do use Samsung DeX for some items, because running social media off of a phone, some phone apps actually do it better than their desktop versions.
Yep.
So Samsung DeX actually does come into play if you are doing social media, if you're doing all this kind of stuff, Samsung's really right there with DeX, and Android is just a little bit too far behind. What I would prefer to see is if they could incorporate, as soon as you dock an Android phone with an HDMI, dongle or an HDMI display, I would love to see Chrome OS boot up on the other display, because Chrome OS has Android built into it now. And really, it's a very lightweight, small operating system that you could run off the internal hard drive of most phones without it really interfering for storage. So it's like, I would much rather see that as a seamless docking situation for your phone. As soon as you dock it, it turns into Chrome OS on your display. All your files are there. All the apps that are already installed on your phone would be in this Chrome OS concept desktop. That makes more sense to me. And that's what I love about Samsung DeX. So if LG 60 gets that update, or if Android 11 somehow does a better desktop functionality, I could see myself switching.
Okay. That's definitely valid reasoning you got going on there. Definitely. I know El Jefe is a big fan of the Quad DAC and the V60.
Yeah, they've really done a good job with that phone over there. They've secretly been just building, I think, what is one of the best ecosystems that is underrated. As much as people love the iPhone and their camera modules over there, Samsung's done a decent job for the most part. OnePlus has done okay. When Huawei was developing really flagship high-end phones, they did great with their camera modules. But LG's just kind of done something different with their cameras and their sound and what that whole experience is like. And I'm like, that's kind of sucking me in. It's just different enough that it has the features that I'm digging.
Nice. Hey, Andrew, I got a curious question for you. Does Deity plan on doing any brand collaborations in the future?
In what way?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe working with maybe a camera company, or I don't I don't know if you're familiar with Nomad. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Nomad, but I think they have done collaborations with Moment, the company, as far as adding Moment camera lenses to their casings and things like that. So I was just curious if you guys have any plans like that in the future with other brands.
Yeah, I mean, we do collaborations all the time with a company called K-Tech that makes boom poles for the TV and film industry. We've done collaborations with people and a lot of it's giveaways. A lot of it is us just wanting to give free gear out to the community, and we'll collaborate a lot. We've done stuff with Zoom in the past. Or some of the other companies, K-Tech, Ursa straps. So a lot of it's on the TV and film side. We've not done a camera company, but we have been approached by a few different camera companies to kind of maybe do a bundle situation, like a vlogger's kit. And we've just always kind of been we're not there yet. Like I said, it's four guys in a closet who just got a lot of passion. So hopefully one day we'll get there. I mean, it's a dream, but I just don't know if when you say the immediate future, if that means the next year, I don't know. Probably not.
Okay. But I guess what I'm asking is somewhere down the road, according from the vibes that I'm getting from you, it could be a possibility somewhere down the road. Absolutely.
We're totally open to it on one of those days that we're just not super busy.
Gotcha. All right, another interesting question for you, Andrew. What is your personal favorite Deity product?
My personal favorite Deity product. It's got, you know what it is? It's probably the one that we haven't even released yet, the new D4 Duo, because this one we've got some great electrical engineers. But this is one that I crafted using Google Draw, over an afternoon after meeting with some vloggers. It's the one that I spent down in Google Draw and also did the circuit board design and said, this is, I think, the circuit for what this microphone needs to do the best kind of job of what it can do. And it was those early drawings, and just being, since day one of my little hand drawings to now, I've carried this little baby through every single step. And that, I think, has been just my most favorite things because I don't get to do a lot of the circuit board design work. A lot of these products are way too complicated for my electrical engineering understanding. But this guy has just been a lot of fun to make.
Mm. Yeah, it looks like a very intriguing microphone. Can't wait to see how it performs when you guys officially release it. Should be good.
Yeah.
All right. So a few days ago, I think it was a couple of days ago, Jonathan Morrison posed an interesting question on Twitter. So I'll shoot this out to you guys, and you both can give your opinions. Your quarantine go-to. I can't talk. Let me try it again. Your go-to quarantine tech. What do you guys? What is your go-to during this current situation we're in?
For me, it's been the iPad Pro Magic Keyboard. I know I've seen that somewhere else, but yeah, I upgraded my iPad Pro from the 11 to the 12.9 during this time, and then I got that Magic Keyboard, and I was like, it is the truth. It is the absolute truth. That thing is awesome, and it's kind of funny though because what used to be my iPhone and my iPad, I've noticed is now my Apple TV and my iPad, and my phone doesn't really get used that much because it's like the iPad's kind of the thing that floats around everywhere with me now. But
right.
So you got the playing stuff on the TV now, and then the iPad is the first screen. But yeah, I wish it was something different, but seriously, it's next to me all the time. It's sitting next to me here now, so it's always there.
No, man, I'm the same way. My iPad has definitely been my go-to tech during this time, man. It's amazing.
Yeah.
What you got, Andrew?
It's got to be my Roku Ultra or my Pi 3. I've been doing a lot of just sitting down with my Pi, kind of making it exactly what I want for my retro gaming. And then, I try to now. I've been watching a lot of movies. Normally, I watch a lot of television or news or something like that. But during this, I've been watching every single Marvel movie. So every single night, I'll pop in one of the Marvel movies and watch them in chronological order. So my Roku player probably is getting more use now than it ever has.
Do you have a particular favorite Marvel movie?
Thor Ragnarok is probably way up there on the list. But it's probably Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Ooh, sleeper, yeah.
1, yeah.
That was a sleeper for me. I watched that and I was not expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. Definitely a sleeper.
Yeah, it looked kind of ridiculous at first, and I was like, I don't know that I'm gonna like this. I'll give it a watch though, and now I would say it's probably actually my top movie in that entire genre. I mean, the original is good.
Yeah. So Andrew, what is the first thing that you're gonna do once we break this pandemic and we can move about again?
I'm gonna go get Cajun food.
Nice.
They just allowed dine-in restaurants to open up here in LA, which literally happened like 5 hours ago, something like that. So maybe over the weekend, I'm gonna go get some Cajun food. There's a really nice place here in LA that I like, and I could really use some crawfish and some boiled potatoes and corn, and I could really I need some good food that I do not want to cook in my own kitchen.
You do that. That sounds good. You go ahead and you do that, man. No doubt. Chris, what about you, man?
It depends. Either Disney World, but they're going to be pushed off till like July now. So that's and I know that is. There's probably half the people in the chat are just going to walk out because they're like, "What is this idiot doing?" But actually, probably a food related thing. Just breakfast at the diner on Saturday morning. It's like that was kind of like the last thing that happened before everything started. Well, before it shut down, but when we were like, "Hey, this is getting serious. We got to pull back," and everything's been closed, and everything still will be closed here. I'm in Massachusetts, so that's going to be closed for foreseeable future still. But I'm going to be looking forward to Andrew's Cajun report. Until then, I guess.
The Stinkin' Cajun is like this little hidden gem in LA. So I'm from Texas. Like the idea of going and getting crawfish and like doing a boil is something I enjoy. When I moved out to LA, it was like a wasteland of kale and terrible tacos. So like when this place opened up in my neighborhood, I'm like, a little taste of home. And that is what I've been craving more than anything for the last 2.5 months. It's just a taste of some really good comfort food.
Yeah. And that's a lot of work too. I mean, crawfish boils and all that stuff. I mean, so to be able to just kind of turnkey it is also a huge convenience as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to go out and get their favorite food that they haven't been able to get for the last couple of months once this thing breaks open. And it looks like we are definitely on our way to being able to be moving about again. Probably not too quickly, but yeah, I think more and more places are beginning to open back up slowly. So it's still gonna be a while though before we really like turn this thing back around. I don't know if we'll ever get back to the way it was before the pandemic, but we're gonna start embracing this new normal pretty quickly with all this wearing masks in public and things like that. Andrew, I'm curious about what you think. When we are finally free to move about and things like that, and they do allow mass gatherings, are you going to be quick to jump back into these mass gatherings? Because me, I think I'm still going to be a little bit apprehensive, even when they're a full go.
I mean, I think I am. I'm such a lover of going to the movies. Before this whole thing happened, I was going to the movies probably every single weekend. I was one of those like hardcore abusers of the AMC Movie Pass. So that's also one of those things. Like, I truly miss those two things. I miss really good food that I cannot cook myself, and I miss the movie theater experience. So I don't know what the movie theater experience is going to look like as we open up. I know there's a lot of different talks about what that all looks like, but I'm one of those suckers that's probably going to be the first in line to go see a cinematic mega movie come out. I'm heartbroken that Ghostbusters got pushed, because I was like, that's the movie I was so excited about this summer. But when they pushed it back to next summer, I'm like, you know what? I'd much rather have it in the movie theater experience than try to stream Ghostbusters 3 on my Roku.
You know what? I'll feel the same way, but not about Ghostbusters. I am mad that James Bond, No Time to Die, got moved back into November. I was so ready to go see it in April, and then Bat hit and messed everything up.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, man.
I'm interested to see what happens with like TV shows and stuff too, because of all, I mean, it's not necessarily like what's the first thing that we're going to go do we're most looking forward to, but I mean, there's a ton of TV and production, everything's been held up. So I'm curious to see how that fall and winter season turns out across the board. I mean, we've almost hit the end of Netflix now, I think. So, we need to get some new stuff coming in here.
I have some insight on that, actually. Because my wife is a producer. She's getting a lot of rumors and hints that we are about to see a second boom of reality television, because they are going to need something they can turn out fast, shoot fast, edit fast, and put on the air this summer, because there is no scripted shows that finished before the BAP started.
Right.
So they've still got to go finish shooting those things before they can, air them. So a lot of that stuff is going to get pushed until fall release dates now, because they've still got to shoot and then edit all summer. So I think we're going to see a summer of reality television. And that's assuming we don't have any kind of holdups with just rules and regulations on how to film a big narrative shoot.
So the weird part about that, I was thinking this through, like when everything started slowing down. After everyone spent all their time together, I mean, I know like families that have like come together and sheltered in place kind of thing throughout this entire event. Are they going to then want to watch that on TV again? That's the thing I'm wondering about. What will it get for views?
Yeah.
How well will it actually do? I mean, we'll see, I guess, pretty soon.
We shall. Hey, Chris, curious, man. What technology are you looking forward to for the rest of 2020? Anything that sticks out for you in particular?
Well, I mean, all right. So I'm going to take the iPhone 12 off the table, because I am one of those people. That's a given. Right. I'm curious about the, and this might be like number 2 on the list, but I am curious about the AirPod Studios to see what happens with those. I mean, I have the Bose QC35 2s, and of course I see that you're not representing them tonight, but I do have those Soundcore Q10s. That are like, those things are the most amazing headphones. But I'm curious to see what Apple does with those studios. I need to experience that. I don't know that I'm going to buy them, but I at least go to the store, clean the ear pads really, really well, and try them on, and go, okay, cool, that's nice. But I would love it if they would actually bring back the iPad Mini, in a non-thumbprint version. I went the big direction with the iPad, and I like that, and that's all good. But I want to have like a full frame mini with no bezel, and just give me Face ID in a smaller tablet that I can carry around with my book or whatever I'm doing. That's what But I hear that that's not going to be 2021. So
yeah, that would definitely be cool to have an iPad mini with a full display kind of. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Andrew, any tech that you're looking forward to this year?
Just some rumored stuff. I've heard rumors that at the end of the year we could be looking at an N64 mini console. That would be actually really nice.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, N64 emulation is one of the hardest things to pull off. So like, I really would be excited if they could do that. There's a lot of fun games that just are really hard to play unless you have like a dedicated desktop machine booted up just for emulation. So an N64 mini, I could see myself waiting for. Any other tech? I mean, the big tech that I've been kind of waiting for actually kind of dropped this last week, which is the Pi 4 8 gig model, which I kind of rolls back into that whole N64 mini concept. So that's kind of what I've been kind of looking for, and it literally just arrived this last week.
Nice. So you were talking about earlier how you were a retro gamer. So what was your favorite gaming system from back in the day?
I would have to say it's a toss-up between Sega Genesis and the Super NES.
Woo!
This the two that we had. My friends had each. One friend had Sega, one had Super Nintendo, and I was in the middle with nothing. So like, it determined which house I was going to go play it for a Saturday as to which console we wanted to play. And more often than not, we played Super Nintendo. So I'm gonna have to lean that way with some like Castlevania, some classic Super Street Fighter Turbo.
Yeah, I had a Genesis growing up myself, and I used to play a lot of original PlayStation growing up, and original PlayStation was my jam. So yeah, man, I think probably still maybe what is the best video game ever made still to this day, in my opinion anyway, it has to be Super Mario 64. That game was just like groundbreaking, man. That game was amazing.
Yep.
Man. Although GoldenEye is up there too for 64. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that. Woo, baby.
Oh yeah. Lots of GoldenEye.
Oh yeah.
Lots of GoldenEye.
Lots of GoldenEye.
I'd never destroyed a controller until GoldenEye. Like GoldenEye was the first time I actually like ended a controller's life. Because isn't that when they just came out with like the vibration packs or whatever? I feel like
the Rumble pack,
the Rumble pack or whatever. And I don't know. I that's the only time I remember destroying those funky 3-prong controllers ever. But
I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for a wireless N64 USB controller. I cannot find one. That's my goal to get, because I've got the Super Nintendos, which are fine. I still have my Wii or my Wii plugged in. It's fine, but like I want the N64 feel. That little weird little joystick thumb concept.
Yeah,
nothing's ever mimicked that quite the same.
Yep.
No. Yep. Yeah, that analog controller was definitely one of a kind. El Jefe, Ocarina of Time was another good one, man. Another fine game. Love that game too.
No.
I said no.
No, because the moon is the worst enemy ever created in video game history. Who's the bad guy in that? The moon. The moon is the bad guy. Like, every 3 hours you have to save. Let's go to the bank. Go get your money out of the bank. Oh, you didn't go to the bank? You lost all your money. Like, Ocarina of Time. No.
Andrew, get that
oh, wait, no, that's Majora's Mask. Oh, yeah, Ocarina of Time. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. It's Majora's Mask is the one that I hate.
Well, at least you'd get the titles down, you know.
Oh, man. Oh. Hey, Janoth, Mario Kart is my jam, man. Woo! Mario Kart is, oh, man, one of the, man, ooh, that game was awesome. Love the Mario Kart. Oh, man. Well, gents, I don't really have much more to talk about or say. Anything you guys want to talk about before we get out of here?
I do not have anything incredibly impressive. It's been kind of a quiet week. I think, I was really looking forward to some Pixel stuff coming out in May, and now that it's slid, it's like we've got, Dub coming up in June, and it's kind of a slow time right now.
Yeah, it's acting pretty quiet at the moment. So yeah, we won't get anything major until WWD, seems like you said, at the end of the month in June. But yeah, not too much going on.
Yeah. No, I don't have much.
What's
yeah,
Andrew?
I mean, tech seems to be kind of slow right now. There's not a whole lot running out there. No one wants to launch a product when the store's all closed because you're only getting online orders. People want to feel in touch, and it's harder to do right now.
Oh, dear God, Zach. All right, gentlemen. Zach wants to know, is a hot dog a sandwich? Andrew rolls his eyes. Andrew, the look on Andrew's face is hilarious.
This is like the Zach safety question, too. That's the other thing, too. It's like, it's like we're going down in flames here. Quick, pull out the hot dog a sandwich question. Like, that's ours.
I mean, it's a taco.
It's a fluffy taco.
It's a really bad gordita.
Yeah.
I have never heard a hot dog being called a taco. That's the first. Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like I'm trying to justify in my head, like, is a hot dog an open face sandwich? Well, no, there's no gravy on it, right? It's not an open face sandwich, and it definitely is closed, but it's a taco at the end of the day. I mean, it's like a European taco.
He called it a taco. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, and the bread is sort of still connected underneath unless you make a grave mistake. So it is surrounded equally. It is. That's interesting. I never thought of it as a taco before, but yeah. These are good parables. I mean,
if you think about it, so is a lobster roll. That's a taco from up north.
Yeah, but you see, that's where, like, here in New England, you have like the clam roll and all that stuff, and it's just like you're now just getting all this stuff near bread, and that's where it just runs away. That's not I don't consider those sandwiches, but now I'm gonna have to think about them as tacos.
You made a new friend in Zach tonight.
It's a fluffy taco. So actually, I did have one question for Andrew. So you had talked about, or I know you were talking about doing collabs and not necessarily having anything on the horizon. But when you talk about cameras trying to get with you guys to bundle your stuff, I mean, you're talking like big name camera brands. Obviously, you probably can't share that, specifics here. But is it?
Yeah, I mean you've heard of them.
Okay. I mean, is the reason just because you guys are still focused? I mean, because I'm just looking at that on the side. It's like that sounds to me like it would be a golden opportunity. So I'm just curious, is that
sure? I mean, I'll just admit why we've never done it, and that is we're still really small. We're still very much a boutique. Gotcha. I mean, let's say Sony drops this new camera out, the XV1, right? They probably made close to 20,000 of those, and they just called that a first batch.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yep. The sheer volume that a camera company will sell in a year or 6 months is massive. And for us to do a collaboration would mean some of the other stuff that we're passionate about would fall through the wayside. And the question is, do we go for money now, or do we stick with the passion side and go with keeping to the core? And when we get there, well, then, we'll do the collabs. And that's kind of what we're doing right now is we'd much rather stick with the community that's got us here than abandon them to go make a bunch of quick money with some big, giant, mega Japanese camera brand.
That's awesome. That's good. I mean, I think when I was before rolling through my mind, I was like, if I were to just throw anything out there for a company you should collab with, it should be somebody that I would say Joby, but Joby's obviously now, blown up as well. They've been taken over, but I mean, somebody that makes like smaller tripods or creator style tripods. I mean, doing that stuff and making it, bundled with yours on the smaller scale, I think would be beneficial. But, I'm not a marketing guy. I kind of figured your reasoning for not wanting to go with the big stuff is because of, keeping your focus, but that's what you clarified. So thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I just came up with two more questions for Andrew here. Number one, your haircut situation. I'm curious, how are you doing with the haircut? Are you cutting your own hair, or are you like, oh, apparently he's not cutting the hair. He is letting it roll. Okay.
When it's not in the hat, I have gone back to an old bad habit of mine, which is I man bun.
Okay.
So like when I'm not wearing the hat, and it's getting hot here in LA too, like it's getting up there. So I need the hair off the neck. So I will do the whole rock a man bun, hipster look with the beard and everything. I mean, it's shameful.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, baby. You gotta do what you gotta do. My other question, which is more of a microphone related question. All right, so let's say you're shooting a video in an open area. You don't have a carpet. You don't have any soundproofing or anything like that. You're maybe shooting a room that leads to another room, and it's all open, right? What would you say is the best microphone for that situation? Like when you're shooting in an open environment, possible echo, reverberations all over the place. How would you play that?
I would get something that has low sensitivity. I don't want a sensitive microphone in a situation like that, because the last thing I want is that for hear audio from a distance. I want it to only hear the small bubble. So in a situation like that, I would go to a lavalier on a chest, and maybe even underpower the lav and undergain it at the capture, and then boost it in post, knowing that the reverb and all the echo wasn't captured initially. Would probably be my go-to. And then if I can't do that, I would straight up put a boom in my shot, and I would paint it out in post-production.
Ooh, fancy. Okay. Paint out the boom. Nice. Man. Any more audio tip before we got here, Andrew?
Number one audio tip is placement. Always be mindful of where you're placing that microphone. I think the number one problem is people often like to buy brand new gear. And of course, I like to sell brand new gear. But I don't want you spending money when you don't have to, because it's poor technique. I just want to point people back. Go check out our YouTube channel. I don't care if you own our brand or not. I do care if you sound terrible. And I want you to just go back to our YouTube channel, search Deity Microphones, and look at our channel. And it's all about microphone placement. 9 times out of 10.
So I'm curious that you talk about microphone placement, because usually for my lav mic, when I clip it, I'm clipping it like at the top where the V is on my shirt here. But what you're saying is that's probably the bad placement. Oh no, that's good.
That's good. I'd put it right there where that V is. You kind of have a deeper V shirt. That's not too bad. If you can clip it just about an inch below, it may improve. I would give it a listen. Honestly, I would do both. I'd clip it right there. If you feel like you're getting too much chin kind of sound where the low end is getting real muddy, and if you move it down just ever so slightly and get a little bit more of the highs and the clarity, you may go, hey, I'm hearing a difference and it sounds better. Now start doing it there. But if you've done that back and forth and you don't hear an audible distance, or difference, I should say, I would clip it right to the top. It's going to secure itself. It's going to be exposed. You're not going to have any clothing rustle. It's an easy place to place it the exact same time every time. And then if you have presets saved in your editor like Adobe Premiere, you can drop on the exact same EQ or compression, all that stuff, time and time again, and live in a creator's world where preset kind of stuff allows you to produce content faster.
Yeah, I am not that advanced, but that's definitely legit. Presets are good. And on that note, I'm going to end the live stream here. Thank you guys for joining live in the chat tonight. For those of y'all that super chatted, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Shout out to my man Chris, Battery Power, for stepping in tonight. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
And shout out to my man Andrew from Deity for joining me tonight. Appreciate your time, man.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. And thank you again for sending me that mic last year, man. You helped me out of a jam, bro. So I appreciate you.
Cool. Thank you so much.
But like I said, that is going to be it. Once again, thank you all for joining. And I will be back on Monday night with a podcast, because y'all know how it is. Got 4 podcasts scheduled for next week. I think on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So you know where to find me. But until the next time, people, this your boy Viper, the man about tech. You know where to find me. So come back for more.